Hello and welcome to Los Angeles, California. It's the birthplace of skateboarding. And there is a skate spot on every corner. And with the perfect weather, that's why it's the home to so many legends and pros. And tonight, you'll be seeing 8 of the world's best here at the 2017 SLS Nike SB Super Crown World Championship, live from the Galen Center. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Paul Zitzer, alongside this skate legend right here, Jeff Rowley, and the 2013 Super Crown champ, Chris Cole. Tonight is the Super Crown Finals, the top 8 skaters in the world going for the title, and the big story is Nyjah Huston. He's been in 6 Super Crowns. He's won 2 of them, but a week ago, he was in the hospital, suffered a massive slam with a concussion. And the question is, Chris, coming into this event, so much pressure, how does an injury affect him, and how is he gonna deal with it?
I mean, we're talking about Nyjah Huston here. He's been in this level for so long. Like you said, countless Super Crowns, countless Street League wins. I feel like as long as his body holds up and does what he wants it to do, he's going to be a top contender either way, because it is Nyjah Huston.
It is going to be interesting to see how he does on this course, though. He has an injury, and usually he has those tricks that go one step further than the next guy. Bigger rail, bigger gap outs. There's not really anything like that I can see here for him. And he's injured, so how's that going to play out?
We will find out, but Nyjah is not the only skateboarder here tonight. There's 7 other of the best skaters in the world. Who are you looking at? Who's one of your picks?
I'm looking at Louie Lopez. I mean, he started the year with a Tampa Pro win, which got him in, qualified him into this Super Crown right now. He's had a fantastic year. He's been ripping on the streets. He's put out great video parts, quietly progressing, traditionally trained. A great course for Louie to shine on. So I've got my eye on him. I always like the underdog, too. Louie's got the skills. I'm looking at Louie Lopez.
Okay, I back that. Interesting pick, though. Louie Lopez. How about you, Chris?
I mean, if you look at any course, you have to think about Shane O'Neill. But this course in particular really lends to a technical ability type of skater. Somebody who's very technical, and that's Shane's forte. He's probably the most technical skater that the world has ever seen. Sure. And I feel like it's going to be a Shane show.
Plus, he's the defending Super Crown champ from last year, so we're gonna see how it all plays out. But first, for more on the Nyjah Huston story, let's send it down to Andrew Cannon.
I'm down here on the course with Nyjah Huston. Nyjah, you've had a crazy couple weeks, a little bit of injuries going on. How are you feeling going into this comp?
I'm pretty beat up right now, not gonna lie. I don't even know if my head's all there. I actually feel okay though for getting a concussion and having a seizure and all that hectic stuff. I feel like all right, but kind of tweaked my ankle, and then yesterday was practicing, board hit my heel, bruised heel, so I'm all messed up right now.
Does it make you nervous, or does that not really bother you? You're just more focused?
I mean, it sucks. I would say the main thing it affects is not being able to like practice as much, you know? Because I mean, I'm not gonna be out here practicing for hours, risking getting hurt more. But I mean, you just kind of got to get through it, you know? I'm the type of person that's always down to get through a little pain to compete, so.
Well, best of luck to you, and we're excited to see what you bring to the course today.
Thanks so much, Andrew Cannon. Let's take a look at our previous champions in the Super Crown. 2012, it was Nyjah Huston. 2013, Chris Cole. Yeah, Chris. 2014, Nyjah again. 2015, it was Kelvin Hoefler. And last year's champ, Shane O'Neill. And let's take a look at this year's winners. Louie Lopez came in hot at Tampa Pro. He won it. Barcelona Pro Open was handled by Nyjah Huston. Followed up again in Munich. And then last month in Chicago, it was Dashawn Jordan. And now it's time for our skater intros, the top 8 skateboarders here in the world. Dashawn Jordan, a year ago, he was an amateur skateboarder trying to differentiate himself at Tampa Am. He won it. He qualified for the Pro Open. He did great there, and he is here in the Super Crown. It is an incredible journey.
And next up we have Louie Lopez from Hawthorne, California, with that win earlier in the year at Tampa that got him into this Super Crown today. Great skateboarder, local guy. See it, Lou.
Next in, Carlos Ribeiro. I mean, this guy always has a smile on his face. He's out there, he's ripping, he's killing practice. He has a specific method to all of his tricks. Talked with him about it, and I really feel like he's catching his stride this year.
And then we have Tiago Lemos, the man with the most insane pop in the world right now from Brazil, putting out some insane street parts, just blowing everybody's mind. Let's see what he's got today. Yeah, Tiago.
And Torey Pudwill, aka T-Puds, the most veteran SLS pro without a win. He's got plenty of seconds. His last Super Crown appearance was 2014. He's flair, flash, and style. Can't wait to see what T-Puds brings. And then we got Kelvin Hoefler, 2015 Super Crown champ. He got broke off last year, missed most of 2016, but he's back with a vengeance this year, and he is in the Super Crown trying to get another Super Crown win.
Shane O'Neill comes up next, the most technical skater in the world, the most technical skater the world has ever seen, in fact. I think that he could win every single stop. He seems to float. He's the most precise.
You're right, he does seem to flow. Right? Lightest feet in the business.
And Nyjah Huston, none other than, I mean, the most fierce competitor that we've seen thus far. I mean, wins all the time. And you know what? He's good for the slam, too. He takes the slam, and I think even through this injury, he's been skating good in practice. He's one to watch.
Absolutely. Let's talk about how this contest works. With the basics presented by Nike SB, there are 2 sections to Street League. The run section and best trick. So 2 45-second runs followed by 5 best trick attempts. The top 4 scores count anywhere on the course. That's it. Easy. Let's take a look at tonight's start list. Dashawn Jordan will be coming in first, followed by Louie Lopez, Carlos Ribeiro, Tiago Lemos, T-Puds, Kelvin Hoefler, Shane O'Neill, and Nyjah Huston. Making the cut, presented by Monster Energy, Dashawn Jordan. He's your guy, qualifying here into the Super Crown. He won Tampa Am to make it to the Barcelona Pro Open. And then from there, he just went wild.
I feel like once he landed that laser heel flip in Chicago, that was the moment right there. That was just, it blew my mind, and it really put him as like, this guy's here to stay.
Agreed. So he is in the Super Crown as a rookie. A year ago, he was an amateur just trying to find his way. Now he's the star of the Motivation 3. Chris, you were the star of Motivation 2. Here's this guy. He's coming to take it away from you. Motivation 3. So here we go. This is it, the Super Crown. Run 1 of 2. Dashawn Jordan is in.
He may have just broken his board on the first trick. Did you see that tail flex?
How's that for a first trick, though, that frontside 360 lip?
I mean, way to come out swinging. This is, I mean, pretty rough. But by that tray flip 50, tells me he may have actually broken his tail.
Didn't quite get the pop he was looking for on that one, maybe, right?
Yeah, right.
Flexed
out of
it
a
out.
cracked tail. It's possible. Let's check out through this frontside flip. I mean, that one's giving him trouble all through practice. I was thinking, hey, maybe ditch that frontside flip.
It's hard, though, when you miss your second trick, right, Chris? Because you're, like, just getting moving. That really messes up the flow, and I think that's what happened here for Dashawn. They got that first trick,
Take a
nailed
look at the
it.
tail.
He definitely either broke it or cracked it, right, as you said?
Yeah, I mean, that thing flexed pretty far. Now he's checking it up on the deck right now, checking his tail. I'm pretty sure that thing's worked. You should probably have a pit crew down on the ground, switching out your next complete.
Dashawn Jordan gets a 5.5. Louie Lopez in for his first run. Winner of Tampa Pro.
Crowd is screaming for Louie. Starts it up with a nice kickflip. It's a back nose blunt combo. Front blunt. Look at 3 tricks already. Kickflip crook. 4 tricks.
He is so good at putting together these runs and just jamming in tricks. Like, this guy's cardio is up.
This is a good course for Lou. Lou's really good at combos and also really good at just pulling tricks out of nowhere that you weren't expecting to do.
I did not see that in practice at all. That seems like he was just winging a frontside flip because he knows he's got it.
He is coming out swinging on this run. Lots of tricks, right?
laying that base pointage.
And there you go.
Oh, wow.
That will do it. 2 seconds, that's the last trick right there. What an incredible first run for Louie Lopez.
Whoa.
Shutting the crowd down. The crowd is screaming.
What a champ.
Jeff, good call. Louie Lopez coming out, putting it down.
Just smashing tricks in there all over the course. There's that final fakie kickflip, just hangs in, lands it perfectly, but starting to run out of steam on that last one because he did so many dang tricks.
Lands a little bit forward, but still pulls it off. That is hard.
Look at that.
Look at that.
9.1 for Louie Lopez. That's how you come out and handle business in the Super Crown. Wow.
Way to start it off. That might be the highest score we've ever had for a first run.
Now, let me tell you about how this scoring pylon works. Below the skater's name are the run section and best trick tabs. The top 4 scores will be shown in white and the drop scores will show up in gray. Below that is the leaderboard. The current skater's name is highlighted in white. The leaderboard will update after every single score. Finally, on the bottom tab, you'll see the score the skater needs for the lead, and if they can't take the lead, you'll see the highest placing they can get with a score. That's the pylon. Next up, Carlos Ribeiro.
This is Carlos Ribeiro. I'm from Novo Hamburgo, Brazil. Shout out to all my family and homies back in Brazil. It's gonna be fun. Let's get it.
Skating in his first ever Super Crown. First run, up 2.
Look at how he balanced that 5-0 grind against his heel side wheel. Just tweaking it just enough to just keep it perfectly balanced. Now this is a signature move from him. And he still pulls it off, although he didn't get the truck on. And he told me before in practice that he thinks about it like he's just doing a backside 180 nose grind, but he just nollies in. And then he can drop it into Smith grind. He can do whatever out of that nollie back 180. It's pretty impressive. So it's a sweet method. He also came to practice super late yesterday. Showed up like 4 hours late to practice and just started handling business. Wow, that is risky in a line to do a switch heel flip 5-0 on a hubba. But you know what? Like I always say, you got to risk getting last in order to get first. But look at that, nollie kickflip nose slide. I mean, what most of this crowd would do to have that trick. Man, that is just perfect.
Score is in 7.2. A solid start. Not a perfect run, so he can do better. Plenty of time. Next in, Tiago Lemos. Skating in his first Super Crown. 2nd year as an SLS pro. Never been on the podium. That could change tonight.
He's going to skate stuff that no one else is touching. Comes out with that switch backside lip slide. In practice, he was hitting all these obstacles, going up them, going the opposite way. Want to see that. Wow, look at that blindside fakie nose grind. Didn't look that crazy. That's a really difficult trick. It's a really awkward trick. You can't see anything. Starting off clean. Big long switch backside tail slide the whole way. Wow. Probably 20 feet.
He's the best in the world at those tricks.
He has got so much pop. It's unreal. I love watching this guy skate. He's one of my favorites.
Absolute just powerhouse.
Big old switch pop shove it.
And that is time for Tiago on run number 1. So a couple of serious bangers, but not a perfect run.
You know, when you drop bangers like that, it doesn't have to be a perfect run to get a good score.
Yeah, he had some awkward tricks in. He had some tricks that we won't see other people, and spots we won't see other people really hitting, I don't think. So the judges will probably give him a higher score.
8.0 on a run with a couple of falls. That's incredible.
So we know that the judges are scoring on trick basis, not just rolling around doing a bunch of like easy tricks. They want to see you push it.
They're doing a good job, the judges.
Halfway through attempt number 1 here in the run section of the Super Crown. Still to skate last year's Super Crown champ Shane O'Neill and Nyjah Huston. We do not know what to expect, but we'll find out right after this. Nike SB Super Crown World Championship is presented by Nike SB. Let's check out this course. This beautiful California skate park design course in the street skate presented by Nike SB. This Super Crown course at 125.5 feet long by 52 feet wide has something for every type of skater. Less symmetrical than most SLS setups from the past, it brings back the big rails with a 9-stair set that has a slightly shorter center gap, or for the more tech inclined, there's the bump over bar and bank to square rail options. Moving to the middle section, skaters can go for the standard ledge, or for those who are really good at holding tricks, they can try their luck by going up and over the top. And there's also this drawn-out mellow A-frame ledge and a very long, very tall flat bar. Finally, moving to the far side of the course, skaters can hit the user-friendly 5-stair hubbas or the ledge Euro gap combo. Every single skater here tonight will be able to bring their best tricks to this course, so no excuses, and let the best skater win. So Chris, some pros, cons about this course. Who's it going to work for? Who's it going to work against?
I think it's going to really work for Shane when he's playing on those little hubba ledges right there, but also Dashawn with the big gap.
Okay, we'll see. On deck, T-Puds, Torey Pudwill, most veteran SLS pro without a win. He's had a second place finish in the Super Crown in 2014, and he's put in very little practice on this course. He's another one. He didn't show up yesterday.
He was street skating a few days ago and hurt his heel, so his heel's a little bit funky. But he's skating really good right now. He's coming off a second place in Chicago, where he absolutely just hammered his skateboarding down and ripped. But having a little bit of a hard time here on this first run. And having a little bit of fun, too.
And having a hard time having the fun, too.
Loosey-goosey.
You know, that usually works for him, though. You know what I mean? Like, he seems to have a good time, and just when you think, just when you count him out, he'll always do something sick.
A crowd favorite, too, right?
Absolutely. The kids, they love him. I mean, and he's such a personality, you almost forget how ripping he is when you meet him and you talk to him. He's so magnetic.
He's the most stoked guy all the time.
Absolutely.
2.3.
There it is.
And he's still smiling. Good enough for 5th place. On deck, Kelvin Hoefler. He's the only rookie to have ever won a Super Crown. He did it in 2015.
That was a crazy time. We definitely weren't ready for that. Ooh, comes out swinging. Now he knows one. That's heavy. You know what's funny is yesterday in practice, he had a run planned in the first 15 minutes and he was rifling through it, which usually people take all day to figure out a run. He's already just knocked out a lot of good tricks.
Could have been doing that homework, looking at the course before the contest.
Yeah.
Going, what I got here. He's another guy with runs where he always puts together some really banging runs, so you can never count him out. And this is a good course for him too. It's got all the kind of obstacles where he can kind of switch up the combos, do a really gnarly big rail trick and then a really technical hubba trick. Stuff like that in his run. Think about it. Beautiful.
That's video part tricks in a run.
That was insane.
That was my favorite trick of the entire run right there.
Airwalk fakie?
Yeah, the little airwalk fakie was sweet.
There's that slow-mo into that nollie nose blunt slide.
If you're looking for wheel graphics, you got them.
And there's that final trick to close out the run, the kickflip blunt fakie.
That is unbelievable.
Keeping everybody on their toes with that one.
That's how you impress judges.
8.4. So his score is suffering a little bit because of the fall, but he's right up there in the mix, 2nd place. And moving on down the line, last year's Super Crown champ, Shane O'Neill. He's got the tricks to win anywhere he goes. Like you said, Chris, it's all about what he does out here. He's got to make them.
It's absolutely true. He just doesn't believe that he's as good as he actually is. He wants to do tricks that he thinks are worthy, and his throwaway tricks are worthy of 9-pointers. So let's see what he does. I mean, he is just so gifted. He can jump, he can float, and he's just like a surgeon with that foot.
And for how technical he is, he's actually pretty dang gnarly too, right? Absolutely. Like some of those rail tricks that he does, they're no joke.
That's the thing, like he fools you. He fools you because it's so smooth that you're like, no way that rail's as big as it actually is. I mean, he just did a switch flip front board in his run. Like, he's probably the only dude out there that would do that trick at all.
Oh, count that. What a technical run. My goodness.
Just keep going. We all want to watch more.
Yes, we'll watch all day. That's the guy that nollie back heeled down Wallenberg.
Yo, he did do that. He did do that. Look at that. That's a perfect nollie front board. But there we go. That's the meat and potatoes of the run right there. Switch flip front board. Perfect landing.
A score of 8.4. Interesting score.
Little bit lower than I would say. That was an exceptional run, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, we do not know what we're going to see right here from Nyjah Huston. We talked about his trials and tribulations over the last couple of weeks. This is it. This is a Super Crown, putting it all on the line. Nyjah Huston.
I mean, after his gnarly slam, he was talking about how his ankle hurt more than his head while he was skating in practice. But he seems to work it out. It's his front ankle, which is hard to flick on, but he seems to have figured it out. He'll just push through the pain, and he's skating really good, as usual. And here he goes, just ripping through. I mean, when Nyjah doesn't skate well, it's so odd. And imagine that that's your legacy, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm so good. I mean, look at that. He's steering away from as many flip tricks as he normally does so that he can protect that ankle. But he's got the chops. He's got more moves. He doesn't always have to flip his board. He's got all these spins, all the handrail tricks.
And he understands all this strategy. Right?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
I think
front board. That is an awkward one.
He answered our question, which is he going to come out and make it happen? Yes, he is. So he needs a 9.2 for first place. Does that run get him there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see. 9.0.
I mean,
so
I guess I'm wrong.
Judge is feeling Louie's run more so than Nyjah's. Louie with the 9.1.
Look at that locked in backside Smith, and he also had the backside 270 lift.
And the full cab front board. Back when he nose grind the hubba. I mean, look at that. That was sweet.
So many tricks, and there's that final trick, the cab. It's a front board.
Yeah.
Comes out fakey. Two incredible big rail tricks in the run, along with a big, long, flat rail trick. Lots of good combos.
Well, we have had a lot of amazing champions here at the Super Crown the last few years. Who is it going to be this year? 2011, it was Sean Malto. Oh, it's just a kid. Look, 2012, guess who? Nyjah Huston. No problem. Chris Cole, talk us through this one.
I do. I remember it.
How did that feel?
Excellent.
Nice.
Still remember it like it was yesterday.
Look, Nyjah got his second Super Crown win in 2014, has not won Super Crown since 2015. It was all Hoefler. He just hammered it. And then last year, Shane O'Neill. And the question is, this year, who is it going to be? We'll find out tonight. Welcome back to the 2017 SLS Nike SB Super Crown World Championship. Take a look at the current standings. Louie Lopez in first place with a 9.1. Nyjah Huston in second, killing it though. Shane O'Neill in third. What do you think about these results so far, guys?
I feel like these are really solid. They're going to stand through. These are the type of scores that you want when you have your four later. You need these.
I think we're going to see it keeping going up and up and up. These guys are already setting such a high standard, right, with their first runs.
Yeah, they're best guys in the world, and this is Super Crown. There's no holding back. You don't hold back. You need nines to win Super Crown. Dashawn Jordan is in 7th place. This is his second run.
Wow, comes out swinging, front 270 lip. He did break his board. He changed it in the meantime, and now it seems to be working great for him. A lot of times your brand new grip tape on your brand new board, it kind of messes with you. You kind of want to break that in, but he seems to be doing quite good with it. I mean, maybe I just jinxed him, but
that happens.
He is ripping through it.
And putting together a great run so far, other than that fall. And then there's that frontside kickflip he keeps getting hung up on.
I mean, that frontside kickflip, man. Maybe like somebody should have told him. Oh, wow. going for showtime, going for the laser heel in the run.
Trying to recapture some of that
That's
Chicago magic.
Well, I think that he realized, like, oh, I've had a couple falls. You know what? I need a big trick in order to get that big score. And that front 270 lip looked like the board was just glued to his feet. That was snowboarding. Tray flip 50. Both trucks were on. Excellent. I mean, those tricks are good. But
6.5, not a great score. He's going to have to go to best trick and put it down.
that's true, and it's hard to climb out.
Louie Lopez, 9.1, highest score of the day so far, coming in for his second run, just trying to keep it going.
First guy of the contest, he comes right out with a 9. Putting together the same run again. I wonder if he's going to switch it up. Look how driven he is. Great to see. Yes, nice frontside kickflip. Louie, a local boy from Hawthorne, just down the road from the event. A lot of people in the crowd are stoked on that. Look at the way he's skating. Tail slide 270.
He seems to just know his boards so well.
He's got so many tricks.
These aren't just his normal tricks. These aren't his go-tos. He's just doing tricks.
That's the exciting thing about Louie Lopez. He can switch it up at any time because he's so well-rounded.
He had one fall in that run, and it was a flat ground trick at the end.
With 1 second to go, the judges should be easy on that.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah. Also, he was running directly into a hubble edge. So
There's that. 9.4.
Wow.
The judges love
That is
Louie.
ridiculous. He is stoked right now.
What do you think about that score?
Coming out with 2 9s? Think about it. First guy in the contest just bashing out 2 9s, skating, ripping, freestyling it too.
That 9.4 is tied for the highest score of the year.
wow. I mean, that's where you want to be. That dude's head right now, he's feeling great. He is feeling really good about that.
And hey, moving it on to best trick for him, he has the highest best trick consistency of anyone out here tonight, so it's about to get serious for Louie. All right, let's move it along. Carlos Ribeiro in for his second run.
Hitting us with that frontside 5-0 grind again, just balancing it. That one doesn't make sense to a lot of people. You know what's crazy about that trick is that is his trick. He does that move so well. He did it in practice repeatedly, but man, it's just hard to throw it down when you've got this many eyes on you and it goes quiet.
How about that?
But apparently he's still good for it. I mean, he's always skating with a smile, and I mean, he's put out great video parts, but as far as contests go, this is his year.
Skated really good in Munich.
Absolutely.
Really, really good. Really good on hubbers like the one he's hitting now. Got a lot of really sick tricks on hubbers like that.
That's true. And although he's down to 7, a 7 is nothing to scoff at by any means. And once he goes into the best trick part, he's good for the tricks.
There's that nollie kickflip nose slide.
I mean, that was dialed. You know what's surprising about that nollie front crook is it's not as far tweaked out as I'd expect it to be. He seems to balance it, like pinch it kind of shallow.
Carlos with a 6.6. He moves up into second place. And he's only one of 3 skaters with 2 scores on the board so far. Tiago Lemos in next. This guy, some of the hardest tricks out on the course. Got to stay on, got to make them all.
Interesting to see his approach on this. It looks like he's hitting the same line.
I think that if he lands all the tricks from that same line, that score will be really good, though. You know, and I mean, we've seen him do it in practice, and I mean, he's just one of my favorites. You get to watch him, and it's reminiscent of a Brazilian technical Mike Maldonado.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely a very unique way of skating and approach to his skating. Skates all of the big stuff, all the awkward stuff to hit.
This course is almost too small for him in a way.
That's right.
He could probably ollie up everything in this place. The stands.
Oh, that was after time. Again, Tiago putting in a few amazing tricks, but falling a few times.
you don't want to give the judges anything to score you low about. You know, you don't want to give an excuse for a low score because they can always say, well, it did fall.
Right.
You know?
Scores in 7.0.
He's laughing at that one.
It's a good score. Nike SB wants you to upload your best trick clips to Instagram for a chance to be featured on their website. Show yourself in action and tag them with @NikeSB or #CheckMeSB. Louie Lopez with 2 9s on the board already, but still to skate. Nyjah Huston and Shane O'Neill, your reigning Super Crown champ. Welcome back to the SLS Nike SB Super Crown. So 4 attempts in the run section. Left to go, T-Puds, currently down in 8th place with a 2.3. Like we said, he's injured, he didn't get a lot of practice, struggled on his first run. But anything can happen when T-Pud's on the course.
It's absolutely true. I mean, he tries every single trick with 100% conviction as though he had no clue that it wasn't going to work out. Nice. Beanie never stays on.
That's the style. Keep it loose.
Keep it real loose.
Yeah, keep it lean and mean.
He's running that Grizzly Grip Tape Marvel collab right now. Really into the Spider-Man stuff. Oh, man, after you get a couple falls, what you don't notice is every time you fall, you start hyperventilating, you start panicking, your muscles panic, and you start jumping up, and you have to get off the ground multiple times and run to get faster, and it just drains you, man.
T-Puds, 4.3. So it's an improvement from his first run, but both of those scores are going to have to go in best trick. Next up, Kelvin Hoefler.
My name is Kelvin Hoefler. I'm from São Paulo, Brazil, and we are here at Super Crown 2017 here in Los Angeles. Shout out all my friends back home in Brazil.
Yeah, Kelvin, he's had an amazing 2017. Placed 3rd, 5th, and 9th. 2015 Super Crown champ, trying to get back up there.
See if he can one-up that last run. Together, whoa, and he does.
Oh, man.
He's going there.
I feel like when Kelvin learns a trick, it's like downloaded for life.
Yeah.
And then he can take it into a run.
That's
he can
an
do
awesome
whatever.
way of putting it.
Yeah,
Straight to the hard drive, right?
That's it. And then it's just like, oh, that would be perfect right there. You know what my favorite move out of his, though, is? Oh, that's a bummer. Over-rotated tray flip. But my favorite move out of his is that full cap backside tail slide on handrails. I mean, what a cool-looking move. It's so hard.
Oh, my goodness, way to pull that back.
Downloaded.
Yeah.
Look at him. Oh, training skills, too. Up. And the Brazilian flags come out in the audience.
Always love the pride of the Brazilians.
Oh, their passion bubbles close to the surface.
Nice background shot. Jim Thiebaud there. Shout out to Jim Thiebaud, all the Deluxe crew.
Legend. Kelvin Hoefler, 8.7. Judges are feeling it, even with the 360 flip fall, struggling a little bit in a couple areas of the course. 8.7 is a huge score. Kelvin Hoefler moves into 2nd place. And Shane O'Neill just needs no introduction. Let's just sit back and see what he's got. Come on.
Know.
That's exactly it. Let's just see what he's got right now.
We all get to watch. It's our treat.
Look at those first 2 tricks.
Such an unusual move. Here he comes. He just wants to make everything this time. He knew that nollie crook worked before he even ollied.
Oh,
and there it is. The surgeon. The surgeon's in.
Oh, and there it is. And if he can get one more banger in right here, this is an exceptional run.
How can that be every go?
And he does.
Oh, my.
Okay, guys, so Louie had a 9.4 on his last run. What do you think Shane should score with that run?
That run, I'm saying 9.5, 9.4.
I'd agree with you, Chris, on that. Absolutely. That was just ballistic.
Actually, it might even be more. That was ridiculous.
If there's any problem with it, he made it look too easy. He just made it look too easy. That's it.
That is a problem of his.
Too good.
His skateboarding is like a girl who's so beautiful the other girls don't like her. You know, like his skating is so good that it
All
actually
the time,
bites him.
right?
Man, that is just incredible. Louie Lopez still up on top with an 18.5. Shane O'Neill in second with a 17.6.
It's warming up now.
Nyjah Huston in for his second run. He had a 9.0 on his first run.
You know what I find about him though is he definitely pulls punches in his first run and then always ups it in the second run. He knows what he has to do, and he knows surprising the judges is a great way to up the score. So if he gets a base of a 9, adds a couple tricks, and then he knows what he's getting. Wow. And look at him just dialing it in right now.
Just spinning that backside 360 lip.
Yeah, none of this has been hard for him yet.
Lots of tricks, though. Lots of tricks.
Absolutely. That roll in right there is actually really difficult. It's really difficult to get your right speed, drop your board, it's quick, and you don't know whether you should push again or not.
And that will count.
Wow.
That was right on the buzzer pole. What do you think?
It's debatable. So a week ago, that dude right there, Nyjah Huston, was in the hospital, head spinning around, eyes rolling in the back of his head. And look at him tonight. 9.2, run number 2.
This is exciting.
9 clubs for days out here already.
In the run sections, too. Hammering them down the run sections.
Right, Jeff? I mean, dude, run 9s are rough, man. They are rough, and you're watching them happen right now. I mean, this doesn't normally go down like this.
This is a great course, though, for that, though. It is very well balanced.
9.2 for Nyjah. Second place, 3/10 behind Louie. Speaking of Louie, he kicked off the 2017 SLS season with a huge win at the Tampa Pro, beating a field that included legends like Nyjah and Shane O'Neill. And Jeff Raleigh, you're not the only one who thinks the Super Crown World Champion might be in Louie's future. Here's his story.
Everybody knows Louie's super good. I mean, Louie's insane.
You never know with a real young kid what they're going to develop into.
Dad, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be a professional skater.
I was really young. I was like 5 years old. I picked up my first board. I remember like when I was younger, I'd go to sleep with a board next to me. Like it's crazy stuff.
I would pull him out of school to take him skateboarding. What are you doing in school today? We're just reading, Dad. All right, at lunchtime, I'm gonna go get you.
Probably 7. I was probably 7 when I met Louie. I would just go out and skate with him and you just get frustrated. So we just show up at a spot and then I like have like 4 tricks and you just like rattle off 1,000 things.
Sometimes you have to nurture talent and help them grow into the person they can be.
Be like, you know, this kid is gonna do it. He's gonna be one of the greatest, and it's really rad to see him actually start to live up to those premonitions.
Whatever Louie's gonna do on a skateboard, it's gonna be pretty epic.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, California. And there he is, founder of Street League Skateboarding, Rob Dyrdek, the legend, in the house. Great to see him out here. Thank you, Rob, for all you've done. Take a look at our current standings. Louie Lopez up on top with an 18.5 going into best trick, followed by Nyjah Huston and Shane O'Neill. And before we kick off best trick, going down to Andrew Cannon, who's down with the skaters, and he's got the scoop. Andrew.
Yeah, we're down here on the course, and one of the most awesome things we've seen, the 2 highest scores combined ever. Louie Lopez leading the pack right now, but it's all about strategy as we move into these next 5 attempts. Louie said he knows what he's gonna do. He's a little nervous about it, but he's excited to get into it. Nyjah Huston looking seemingly unaffected, even though he's been dealing with a little bit of injury over this last week, but he's skating really well. And I talked to Shane O'Neill earlier. Shane said his goal was to get 2 solid scores on the board, make him feel a little better moving into those best trick attempts. So we'll see if he's feeling good or not. Obviously, we've got multiple 9s on the board ahead of him, so I'm really excited to see what Shane brings to the course right now. Back to you guys.
What do you think? What do you guys think is going to happen out here?
I think we're about to see some ripping skateboarding. A lot of dudes on the big section right now, and a lot of really interesting trick combinations like Louie Lopez just pulled out right now.
All right, so once again, so we understand how this works, let's take a look at the basics presented by Nike SB. There's 2 sections to Street League. We already saw the run section. It's done. Now we got 5 best trick attempts. And out of the overall 7 scores, the top 4 scores of the day count. So the order of skaters has been updated to reflect the current standings. T-Pud in 8th place is going to be coming in first. He's way down in 8th. And he's got to put down at least 4 hammers.
Well, he can certainly do it. We know that. This is his forte, the single tricks. He tends to do a lot better. And like that, nollie kickflip board slide. Did anyone see that coming? Wow.
Oh, man. He tried that in practice repeatedly and missed it repeatedly. But if Torey Pudwill is good at anything, it's surprising and pulling it when he needs to.
Sometimes pressure can be a good thing.
Clean as a whistle, too.
Wow. Wow.
8.5, that's a great start to climb back up into the lead. T-Puds, all right, moving right along. Dashawn Jordan coming in 7th place.
Oh, going for the bigger flip to frontside board slide.
Carlos Ribeiro's in. Needs a 4.8 to take the lead.
Oh, man. It's like with those technical tricks, like a switchback nose blunt, it's so hard to make that work out when you need it to.
Tiago Lemos trying to get onto the podium for the first time ever in his 2-year SLS career.
Oh, wow. That's how you do it. That's how you get those 9s right there.
Yep, the only way to get 9s is to try tricks that are worth 9.
So it seems like at this point in best tricks, strategy's out the window. It's all about, you got to
hammers.
It's all
lay it down,
right? Everybody needs 9.
Gnarliest of the gnarliest. Super Crown, best skaters in the world. Want to see the best tricks in the world right now.
Kelvin.
There he goes.
Like that.
That full cat back tail we were talking about, man. It's just, that's my favorite Kelvin move.
So look, 8.4 and 8.7 in the run section already in this. I mean, what's this?
That's what he wants. He wants that. That's another high score and just really cushion that.
8.9.
That's a great deal right there.
That's heavy. So Kelvin moves into the lead for now, but the leaderboard's going to switch up a lot until everybody has 4 scores on the board. Shane O'Neill, he's in. Needs an 8.5 for first.
Oh! Wow. What a hard trick that is. Switch big flip front board. He might be the only dude that can even do it.
I'd agree on that wholeheartedly. He's probably the only guy in the world who does that down hammer rails right now.
Totally. And it's like, oh, I need a 9. Let me try this. Oh, yikes.
So Nyjah Huston got a 9 and a 9.2. He needs to make 2, at least 2, of his remaining 4 attempts. Louie Lopez needs a 7.6 to take the lead back.
Oh, whoa. I think he was going for that half cab 50-50.
So what kind of strategy should Louie put into place going forward? Does he just need to make tricks, or does he need to turn it way up?
I mean, I think you always need to turn it way up. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just phone it home.
All right. T-Puds back on deck.
Checking out the gap.
Best trick attempt number 2 of 5. He's in 5th place.
What do you think he's got? Back 3?
Wow. Nollie backside kick. No.
Kick flip.
You're right. There we go, Chris.
Smart.
Called it.
Because that's what I would have done. I mean, if you have a back 3 like Torey Pudwill, throw a back 3.
Not only is that what you would have done, I saw you do that same trick yesterday in practice like it was nothing.
Well, sometimes they work out.
Nice execution of that.
Yeah.
The hat barely stays on. The hat's like, I'm staying here. We're making this. Let's do this.
I can't believe the hat stayed on during a back 3.
I think he might have pinned it to his hair.
That's how good he is at back 3s, though.
The hair doesn't move.
Yeah.
Dashawn Jordan needs a 6.6 for 3rd. Things are really starting to go south for Dashawn Jordan.
Right now, I think that you'd start figuring out what you should do. Like, do I try this again? Am I going to make it? Or do I just go with a different strategy? What was my second pick? What was my next trick? Give that a go. Because you don't want to waste too much time on that same move.
Right. Carlos Ribeiro in 7th place. Needs an 8.8 to move into 2nd.
Oh, no.
It's just not locking in.
Oh, what a bummer. But again, change up that trick. He's got the switch heel. 5-0, switch heel Smith. Do those. Just go get those.
Tiago needs a 7.6 to move into 2nd, currently in 6th place.
Oh, man. Wow. I mean, that would have done it.
He was almost too high over the rail.
I know. That rail can't handle him.
He made that trick right in practice, right before the finals started.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Sometimes you need to save those makes. You need to even bail one on purpose.
You need to know you can do it, though.
I know.
That's actually P-Rod's method.
Save the make.
He bails him out. He saves the make for go time.
Current leader, Kelvin. Wow.
Oh, my.
So, 2015 Super Crown champ. Missed almost all of last year. And this has been his year of redemption. He's been killing it. Shane O'Neill, reigning champ. He needs an 8.5 for 1st. He can get that like nothing right here.
I know.
Got to make it.
Oh! Dude, no. I mean,
that's put the pressure, right?
Hey, to tell you a little bit of backstory on Shane, though, he always, if he's lucky, he makes 2 of his 5 best trick attempts. He always uses 2 of his run scores, and he might make 2 best trick attempts. And if he makes them, he's probably going to win. If he doesn't, he's not going to win.
His tricks are too hard.
Oh, Nyjah having a tough time on that rail.
Wow.
I feel like
there's only been 3 makes so far in 2 best trick attempts. And we're at the bottom of the 2nd attempt with Louie Lopez. He's in 3rd place. He needs 2 more scores. He's in a great position, but he needs a 7.6 right here. And there it is. Wow. Unique trick.
Absolutely. Unique takes to skating a handrail. Nobody else would have done that, and he did it. I think the judges will like it, too.
They've loved him so far, right?
It's not boring. It's something new. It's something different. I think they're going to score him accordingly. Look at that. You have to pop so far away from the handrail to make sure that that tail doesn't scoop underneath the rail. But then you still have to be laying on the same side you took off so you don't just transfer straight over.
8.1 for Louie Lopez, moves him back into the lead, and that's all for attempt number 2 of best trick. 3 more attempts left. This Super Crown course is getting worked. And you want to skate SLS course on your phone? Well, True Skate is the official mobile game of Street League Skateboarding. Download the SLS courses today. 3 more attempts to go. When we come back after this, will we have a new Super Crown champ? We'll find out.
Super Crown is, I mean, It's the main one. It's where everybody really goes in, and it's where like things really heat up at the SuperCrown, because that's the final stop of the season. Los Angeles crowds are hype, you know, they're always coming in hot. The SuperCrown is just where the most intensity is.
Yeah, it's crazy to think like I have a secured spot with like everyone that's basically like won a contest and gotten really high up there. So
I guess the part of it that makes the SuperCrown special is kind of getting there in the first place. Skating's not one of those things where you can go to a contest and be so confident in winning all the time, you know? Like, it's too technical. Like, any little thing can happen out there, and all those guys are way too good to go into a contest being like, oh, I'm gonna win this one, I'm gonna win that one.
Won one last year, and that was like a super intense contest. It wasn't one of those ones where, like, I don't know, occasionally you can kind of run away with it. It wasn't like that at all. It was just like down to the wire, super cool show, I thought, and yeah, got lucky with that one.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really stoked on it. I'm hyped it's in LA again. All my friends get to come out.
Lance Mountain, talk about your LA legends. Lance Mountain. We got DeCenzo back there. We got Matt Berger. We got Jeremy Fox talking to Lance Mountain. You heard of Flip Skateboards? That's Jeremy Fox. Hey, look at that, Lil Wayne. Platinum selling recording artist.
Wheezy F Baby right there.
Hey now, SLS fan. Good to see him out here. He's everywhere. Let's take a look at our current standings here after best trick attempt number 2. Louie Lopez up on top. Jeff's pick, 26.6. Followed by Kelvin Hoefler, 2015 Super Crown champ. T-Puds up in 3rd. Nyjah with an 18.2 right now, down in 4th, followed by Shane O'Neill, Tiago, Carlos, and Dashawn Jordan. Guys, what do you think about the current standings? Jeff?
It's interesting. I mean, Louie's up top of the leaderboard, but it's anybody's game still, man. There's still a few more goes. What do you think, Chris?
I mean, until people put down 4 scores, you never know. I mean, Louie's got some good ones, but I mean, what if he doesn't get the 4th?
That's a true story, and it's been kind of a bail fest in best trick. There's only been 4 makes out of 16 tries. T-Puds is in.
Oh, that was sick.
Taking his way up the hubble edge, popping out early. That was sweet, man. That was sweet. Look at him. He just puts it down when he has to, and the crowd loves him.
That should get a pretty good score, I would say, going up.
That is a massive
Smith pops out early, which is even crazier.
Hey now, 9 Club. T-Puds with a 9.0 even, so T-Puds getting to drop a 2.3 out of his 4-score lineup. It's a good start. Dashawn Jordan, he's in 8th. He's got a lot of work to do. That's amazing.
Wow, that was awesome. I would score him well. I would score him well just for staying on.
Yeah, he didn't put his hand down.
It was clean, right?
Yeah, I mean,
just because you break your board. Yeah, I suppose.
But, I mean, dude, score it well. The board didn't hold up. He held up.
360 flip front board.
Look at that.
To fakie.
That is wild. This dude's just going through boards today.
Yeah.
Good thing he doesn't have to buy them, right?
That's right.
8.9
there
with the hand down.
There it
board
is.
break, so
that's worth it.
I mean, that trick's ridiculous. Nobody else is doing it.
Absolutely. There's a lot to go wrong.
So Dashawn bumps up into 4th for now. Next in, Carlos Ribeiro. He's in 8th place.
Hopefully he's changed up his style and he does the switch heel flip move. Oh.
Just nothing's working for him. Switch heel back Smith went down in practice like nothing. Real easy.
Like nothing. Because all these dudes, they all got it.
Yeah.
It's just, man, the pressure is real out here.
Tiago needs an average of 7.1 for 1st.
He's getting hung up on that trick. Oh, he was not happy. Maybe I'll just smash the board and then everything will be okay.
No, he might have smashed the ground too if he did that.
Crack the course in half.
Yep.
This is best trick attempt number 3, Super Crown World Championship. Kelvin Hoefler coming in next. He has 3 huge scores on the board. He's in 3rd place. Needs a 3.3 to take the lead back.
Oh, man.
Guys are struggling right now. Coming out so hot, I think the pressure was so heavy early on.
Maybe this is where some people should go back to a strategy, put some tricks down instead of trying to win with the next move. I don't know.
I think so. Sometimes, you know, you win second place and sometimes you fall into first place.
I like that. Wow. Shane O'Neill.
Yeah, and then you do that, right?
Then if you can switch flip back lip, you do that. Man, what a doctor of skateboarding that man is.
So Shane O'Neill just handling things.
I can't believe that happens in a room with air in it.
8.9. He's okay with that. He does.
Absolutely.
That's what I deserve. Shane O'Neill moves into third place. Nyjah needs an average 5.6 for the lead.
Was
wow. Nollie heel flip nose once, like, talk about score. What score should that get?
Dude, I mean, 9.6?
It's a hard trick.
He has a 9.9 in his background, so 9.3. That's a great score, 9 club.
I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a poster. People will put that sequence as a poster on their wall.
That's his third 9.
See, you know,
tonight.
Louie came up with the 2 9s straight out of the gate, but Nyjah's right there, man.
Right.
Injury and all. Look at him. He's checking the stats. He's checking the board. He knows what he needs to do.
Nyjah Huston in second place. 3 scores on the board. Louie needs a 2.7 to take the lead right here.
Whoa, that was so cool.
Wow.
That was cool.
That was so cool, man.
Would never have predicted that trick.
Not just a manual crook, a kickflip manual crook. And that's a high crook, man, out of a manual. You have to have a big, steep tail on your board to even get
8.5.
8 yeah.
No, that's some real street right there, judges.
You know,
you guys should know better.
He may have touched down popping out of that many. I'm not sure.
I don't see it, Paul.
I don't know.
I'm going to call the judges out.
Okay. Louie
does have 4.
Back into first place, way up into first place with 4 scores on the board. Look at that, 9.1, 9.4, 8.5, 8.1. Those are huge scores.
Oh, Torey bringing out the big guns right now.
Big guns. 4th best trick attempt of 5. This is coming, once again, we're coming down the wire.
I mean, this is exciting. This is exciting.
We need to see one of those Torey nollie backside kick flips or something like that.
Oh, wow. Grabs the beanie. Like, that's reaction time right there. That dude's brain works quick. And he looks super cool in that Spider-Man #1 McFarlane comic book graphic on his back right there. It's pretty rad.
So T-Pud with that 0 cannot win tonight. He's in second right now, but that is most likely not going to hold for long. Dashawn Jordan in 6th place needs an average 9.9 on his next 2 tries to move into the lead. That is, I mean, anything's possible.
And he has to just skate somebody else's board because he just keeps annihilating boards.
He needs to not break a board.
Keep your boards away from Dashawn. He will break your board.
If you're in this contest, keep your board away.
Oh my God. Yeah, if you're in this contest, do not let him go on your board. Oh, he almost broke that board too. I mean, that's not his board, so to even come that close to a trick, that is spectacular.
So Dashawn Jordan in 6th, keeping it rolling. Carlos Ribeiro needs to average 7.8 for 2nd place.
Man, I think we all just want to see him make this.
Oh, we got our wish.
Ah.
What do you think that's worth? That is an insanely difficult, impossible trick even.
It's 9 club for sure.
Yeah, right on 9, I would say.
He did it so easily, though. I wonder if they'll go.
9.1.
Yes, judges appreciate the switch heel, switch back Smith. 9.1, 9 club.
Look at how cool that was.
Dipped it nicely too.
Yeah, that's a video game.
Locked
right
in so clean.
Man. That's really cool. Look at him, all smiles.
It is a 9-fest here. Every Super Crown is a 9-fest. Some previous Super Crown winning scores, 36.4 in 2016. Big scores.
Oh,
Tiago.
No, Tiago. I mean, he's too powerful for that handrail. I mean, the dude has muscles on his face.
Here we go. Next in, Kelvin Hoefler needs a 9.2 for first place. Can he do it? Can he do that? What do you think he should try?
Cap backside nose blunt. That kind of thing. He needs to, because we're used to seeing him do the cap back tail, you know, the cap front boards, those kinds of tricks. He needs to step it up from there. That's how he'll get there.
What about this big spin front blunt?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, that is gnarly.
Way to pull it out when you need to.
All right, what's that? Does that get Kelvin the 9.2 that he needs to move into first place above Louie?
I don't think so.
8.8, you were right.
I mean, it feels good to be scored well, but when you need a 9.2, that's just a really hard task.
Yes, it is. Kelvin Hoefler, second place currently with a 34.8. He only needs only 8.8 for first on his next go. Shane O'Neill needs an 8.7 for first.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Yo.
That was outrageous.
The crowd
Look at him, man.
loves switch dance 360 flip, double flip.
Double flip. Again, only dude that can do it.
Yeah.
And
9.4! 9 club!
I would have taken 9.9.
That's his highest score of the year and couldn't have picked a better time. That ties for the highest score of the year also, 9.4. Moves Shane O'Neill into first place.
That's how you do it, man. That's how you win Super Crowns.
It is heating up out here in the Super Crown. Nyjah Huston, 2 tries left. Right now he needs an 8.5 for first place.
Well, we know he can do that. He does those in his sleep, right?
Yes, sir.
We need one more absolute hammer from Nyjah, and he does it!
My
goodness! Chris, you know that trick.
Yo, there is too many moving parts to make that happen. Like what we just witnessed should not have happened.
How good did he catch that kickflip too? So right on the money.
9.5.
And rightfully so. That was an absolute destructive skate trick.
That was
highest score of the year. Right there, Nyjah Huston. He was in the hospital a week ago. Look at this.
Look at how it gets away from him for a second. It goes a little bit further, and his right foot barely gets back on the board. See it right there. But he pulls it off, man. He always pulls it off. I swear to God, he sees in slow motion.
Did you see that little pat he gave to Louie after he made that? It was almost like, hey, I know you were there. You were in there for a minute, but Nyjah has 4 9s up tonight. Freak show. Louie Lopez.
It's going to come down to the last trick, isn't it?
Now
it really is.
Now Louie needs an average 9.3 for first. So
you always want to see somebody make their last trick. You want to see them make their. You want to see them like.
Well, you feel the anticipation, right?
Yeah, you just want to see them make the highlight reel. You know what I mean? Whether they can win, whether they can't win, it doesn't matter. You just want to see them rip.
What's this like right now, Chris? You've been right here, right on that last trick. It's about to happen.
I mean, trying to not hyperventilate.
It's the 5th and final attempts and best trick here in the Super Crown. Shane O'Neill versus Nyjah Huston for the title when we come back. Street League Skateboarding Nike SB Super Crown World Championship has been presented by Nike SB and brought to you in part by Monster Energy. Guys, this is the 5th and final trick. This is it, the Super Crown World Championship. here are your current standings. Nyjah Huston just taking the lead back with a 37 overall. That's insane. Shane O'Neill, the reigning Super Crown champ, in second, followed by Louie Lopez in third place.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless right now.
I mean, what can Shane be thinking right now? What am I going to do to regain this first place?
That's a great question. There is only one skater who could take the win from Nyjah at this point, and it is Shane O'Neill. Once again, it comes down to Shane and Nyjah. Everybody else is fighting for second, third, fourth, fifth. T-Puds is skating for fourth right now.
Man, that commitment. He just landed grip tape on the railing, and oh, he slid it. He slid it.
Nollie, half flip, dark slide.
That board's going out, guys.
Yeah, get that board, crowd. T-Puds keeping the fans stoked, no matter what. Fifth place is as good as Torey can do tonight. Dashawn Jordan needs an 8.4 to take it away from him.
My goodness.
Glad he's okay on that one.
So Dashawn's insane 2017 has come to an end here tonight with a 7th place finish in the Super Crown. What an amazing year he's had.
Absolutely, man. It's been a pleasure watching him rip this year and really come into his own. He was going to the barracks. He was just doing runs at the barracks, really taking it seriously out here. It's awesome.
Carlos needs a 6.4 to move into 5th. Oh, nope, he's going nowhere, staying in 6th place.
Get Tech or go home on that one.
Just no anticipation, no buildup, just like, my turn, drop in trick.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a cool trick right there. That's how he picks up his board. What a hero.
Tiago Lemos coming in 8th place, needs an 8.0 to move up into 6th.
Oh, man.
Dang, and I just can't get over how many times he's just tried that. And I watched him in practice just hammer out that and hammer out another couple of rail tricks that were just as gnarly.
Absolutely.
It's the pressure, right?
Yeah, it's just the pressure. I mean, he did it first try in practice. Actually, first try.
Kelvin Hoefler coming into this attempt in 4th place, needs a 9.6 to move into 2nd place. Regardless, Slammerland, make or bail, he has had an amazing comeback this year.
100%. I mean, to come back from an injury like this, to trust your body like this, and if he does the trick that I think he's going to try, man, scores are going to go.
Oh, my goodness.
He's stoked. Yeah,
he's going to rip his shirt. Take the shirt off, rip it off, throw it in the crowd.
Let Hulkamania run wild, Kelvin.
That was a beautiful finish. Yeah, T-Pud is hyped. 9.0. Kelvin Hoefler finishing with a bang.
Some fast feet right there.
That's rad, making the highlight reel. That's what you want, man.
And look at this, Kelvin just moved onto the podium and Louie Lopez slides off. All right, listen up. This is the last skater here tonight who could potentially take the lead back from Nyjah Huston. Shane O'Neill needs a 9.6 for first place. Can he do that, guys?
This is too much pressure, man. This is really hard.
He was very close to doing that.
He was going to get a 10.
Totally, that's a 10.
And there you have your 2017 Super Crown champion, Nyjah Huston. His 3rd Super Crown championship in his life. Getting it back since 2014.
That's gotta feel good. He deserved that. He absolutely smashed it, Chris, right? Ridiculous.
He just went out there like, I mean, with the ankle, with the head injury, like, he went for this thing. And, I mean, dude, after all those bails on the Nollie 180 nose grind.
Yeah, we thought he might slip apart there for a second, right? Like, 'cause those are some of his, like, basics, get points on it.
Absolutely. I thought that it just wasn't going to work out. No four tricks.
Nyjah Huston not even needing his last attempt. And Louie Lopez still to go. He needs a 9.0 to move back onto the podium. 2nd place. Hey, Louie can get a 9 all day long. He wants 2nd place.
I want it for him.
that is going to do it for Louie Lopez, who is going to finish in 4th place. And Nyjah does prevail. Sinner is hyped.
Such an exceptional progressive level that he just took it to.
All right, we're going to throw it down to Andrew Cannon, who's right there with our champion.
All right, I'm down here right now with Nyjah Huston. Nyjah, what does this victory mean to you after the week you've been having?
Dude, it means everything to me, honestly. I mean, it's been a rough past week or two, getting concussions. And thanks to all the fans coming out. LA, you guys kill it. Hell yeah.
We just watched Nyjah Huston annihilate this course. Look at Nyjah Huston, 37.0. He's your winner, followed by last year's Super Crown champ Shane O'Neill with a 35.9, and Kelvin Hoefler on the podium in the Super Crown with a 35.4. And congratulations, not only for the win, Nyjah gets the monster highest scored trick of the night. Highest scored trick of the year, not just the night, 9.5. Chris Cole, what do you think of that?
I mean, that is just insane. There's so much going on. The torque on your front foot on that, he must have been in pain flicking that thing out. It almost got away, but he pulled it because I swear he sees in slow motion.
So once again, congratulations goes out to all the skaters in the Super Crown. It's been an incredible year, but especially congrats goes to Nyjah Huston for not only doing the highest scored tricks of the night and the year, but taking the Super Crown World Championships. So for all of us, Jeff Rowley, Chris Cole, Andrew Cannon, signing out, good night.